In a world driven by choices, both great and small, have you ever paused to consider how a single decision could change the course of your entire life? Imagine this. You've been out in the wilderness all day, your strength drained by relentless heat, your body crying out for sustenance. You return to find a bowl of steaming stew before you, its aroma teasing your senses and promising relief from your hunger. But there's a catch. This meal comes at a price, and it's not just money. To claim it, you must give up your inheritance, a legacy far greater than you can fathom in the moment. What would you do? This dilemma isn't a hypothetical scenario. It's a pivotal moment in the life of Esau, a man whose decisions echo across generations. Born into a family blessed by God's covenant, Esau held a birthright of immense value, a double portion of his father's inheritance and the spiritual leadership of his family. Yet in a moment of physical need, he made a trade that would alter his destiny forever. This story, set in the ancient lands of Canaan, is not just about Esau's loss, but about the nature of human choices, the tension between immediate gratification and long-term consequence, between fleeting desires and enduring values. The drama of Esau's life begins even before his birth, as his mother, Rebekah, receives a divine prophecy that sets the stage for a tale of rivalry, deception, and ultimately redemption. The struggle between Esau and his younger brother Jacob is not merely a family feud. It is a reflection of human nature itself, the battle between the impulsive and the strategic, the physical and the spiritual. Through Esau's story, we are invited to look into our own lives and question how often we let the needs of the moment overshadow the legacy we hope to leave behind. With this in mind, let us delve into the life of Esau, a man whose decisions teach us that the value of our inheritance, both material and spiritual, is often understood only after it is lost. Esau and Jacob's story begins with an extraordinary event, their conception and the divine prophecy that foreshadowed their lives. Their mother, Rebekah, after years of barrenness, finally conceived twin boys through the blessing of God. Yet her pregnancy was tumultuous, marked by constant turmoil within her womb. Concerned, she sought the Lord for understanding, and his answer was both profound and unsettling. "Two nations are in your womb," he said. "Two peoples from within you will be separated. One will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger." This prophecy did more than reveal the future of the twins. It unveiled the destinies of entire nations, tied irrevocably to the choices and characters of these two brothers. When the time came, Rebekah gave birth to Esau first, his body reddish and covered with hair, an outward sign of his wild and robust nature. Jacob followed immediately, grasping Esau's heel as if to signal his determination to claim what was his brother's by birthright. As the boys grew, their differences became strikingly clear. Esau became a man of the field, a skilled hunter whose strength and rugged demeanor reflected his impulsive and action-driven nature. In contrast, Jacob was a quiet and calculating man, dwelling among the tents, absorbing the traditions and wisdom of their lineage. Their contrasting personalities also shaped their parents' affections. Isaac, their father, favored Esau for his strength and the game he provided, a symbol of his prowess. Rebekah, however, saw in Jacob a reflection of patience and cleverness, qualities she believed were suited to carrying on God's covenant. The stage was set for a rivalry that would not only divide the brothers, but also determine the spiritual and cultural direction of their descendants. These early years illustrate the foundation of their conflict, with Esau representing the physical and immediate, while Jacob embodied the strategic and enduring. Yet beyond their personal traits, the prophecy loomed like a shadow, suggesting that the younger brother's eventual rise was not just fate, but also a test of human choices and priorities. In this formative stage, the seeds of tension were planted, preparing the way for the dramatic events that would follow. One fateful day, Esau returned home from the field, exhausted and ravenously hungry after an unsuccessful hunt. The sun had beaten down on him relentlessly, draining his energy and clouding his judgment. As he approached the family tents, the rich aroma of a bubbling stew reached his nostrils, leading him straight to his brother Jacob, who was carefully stirring a pot of red lentils. The scene seemed ordinary, yet it would become a turning point not only in Esau's life, but also in the history of their descendants. "Let me have some of that red stew," Esau demanded, his voice hoarse and desperate. "I'm famished." Jacob, ever calculating, recognized the opportunity before him. This was no mere act of generosity. Jacob saw a chance to alter his standing within the family. "First, sell me your birthright," he replied, his words cutting through the tension. Esau, overwhelmed by his physical needs, failed to grasp the magnitude of what Jacob was asking. The birthright in their culture was far more than just a larger portion of the inheritance. It symbolized leadership within the family, a spiritual responsibility tied to God's covenant promises to Abraham and Isaac. Yet in that moment, Esau saw it as nothing more than an abstract concept, of little value compared to his immediate hunger. "Look, I'm about to die," Esau said impatiently. "What good is a birthright to me?" Jacob, determined to secure the agreement, insisted, "Swear to me first." Without hesitation, Esau swore the oath, trading his birthright for a bowl of stew and a piece of bread. As he devoured the meal, Jacob watched silently, fully aware of the significance of what had just transpired. To Esau, the transaction seemed trivial. He satisfied his hunger and moved on. But to Jacob, it was a monumental step toward fulfilling the destiny foretold by God. This exchange reveals the stark differences between the two brothers. Esau, driven by impulse and physical desires, displayed a lack of foresight and a devaluation of spiritual matters. Jacob, though opportunistic and perhaps morally questionable in his methods, understood the weight of the birthright and the legacy tied to it. The moment encapsulates a profound truth about human nature, how easily we can sacrifice what is eternal for what is temporary. For Esau, the birthright represented an intangible future, something he could not yet grasp or appreciate. His hunger blinded him to its value, leading him to dismiss it as irrelevant in the face of his immediate need. For Jacob, however, the birthright was a prize worth pursuing at any cost, a step toward the destiny he believed was his. This seemingly simple act of trading food for a birthright would ripple through generations, shaping the lives of not only Jacob and Esau, but also the nations that would descend from them. It was the first major fracture in their relationship, one that revealed their contrasting priorities and set the stage for further conflict. While Esau brushed off the incident as inconsequential, the implications would soon become clear, not only for him, but for all those who would follow in his lineage. The trade marked the beginning of a shift in power and purpose, as Jacob positioned himself to claim the spiritual and material blessings that Esau had carelessly cast aside. As time passed, the consequences of Esau's impulsive decision began to take shape. Isaac, now old and nearly blind, felt the weight of his years and recognized the need to pass on the patriarchal blessing, a sacred act that would establish the spiritual and material inheritance of the next generation. Traditionally, this blessing was reserved for the firstborn, and Isaac naturally intended to bestow it upon Esau, his favored son. One day, he called Esau to his side and said, "Take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field to hunt game for me. Prepare the kind of tasty food I love and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die." Esau eagerly set out to fulfill his father's request, unaware that this would be a pivotal moment in his life. Rebekah, having overheard Isaac's instructions, felt a surge of urgency. She remembered the prophecy that the older would serve the younger and was determined to ensure Jacob received the blessing. Acting swiftly, she called Jacob and shared her plan. "Listen carefully," she said. "Bring me 2 young goats from the flock. I will prepare a meal just the way your father likes it. Take it to him so that he may bless you instead of Esau." Jacob hesitated, not out of moral concerns, but out of fear of being discovered. "But my brother Esau is a hairy man," he said, "and I have smooth skin. What if my father touches me? He will know I'm deceiving him, and I will bring a curse upon myself instead of a blessing." Rebekah, undeterred, reassured him, saying, "Let the curse fall on me. Just do as I say." With that, the plan was set into motion. Rebekah prepared the meal, then dressed Jacob in Esau's best clothes to give him the scent of his brother. To complete the disguise, she covered Jacob's hands and neck with the skins of the goats, mimicking Esau's coarse, hairy skin. Jacob, carrying the meal and his mother's hopes, approached Isaac with trepidation. "My father," he called softly. Isaac, surprised by the speed of the hunt, asked, "Who are you, my son?" Jacob, mimicking Esau's voice, replied, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you asked. Please sit up and eat so that you may bless me." Isaac, though initially skeptical, invited Jacob closer to verify his identity. He touched Jacob's hands, feeling the goat skins, and remarked, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau." Though still uncertain, the scent of Esau's clothes convinced Isaac, and he prepared to bestow the blessing. "May God give you heaven's dew and earth's richness," Isaac declared, "an abundance of grain and new wine. May nations serve you, and may you be lord over your brothers. May those who curse you be cursed, and those who bless you be blessed." With these words, the blessing was sealed. Jacob had barely left his father's presence when Esau returned, triumphant with his game and eager to receive his blessing. As Esau prepared the meal and brought it to Isaac, the old patriarch was stunned. "Who are you?" he asked in alarm. "I am Esau, your firstborn," came the confident reply. Isaac trembled violently as the realization dawned on him. "Who was it, then, that hunted game and brought it to me? I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him, and indeed, he will be blessed." Esau's reaction was one of heartbreak and rage. "Bless me too, my father," he pleaded, his voice breaking with anguish. But Isaac's words offered little comfort. "Your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing." Overwhelmed, Esau cried out, "Isn't he rightly named Jacob? This is the second time he has taken advantage of me. First, he took my birthright, and now he has taken my blessing." He begged Isaac for another blessing, but the patriarch, bound by the irrevocable nature of his words, could only offer a lesser one. "Your dwelling will be away from the earth's richness, away from the dew of heaven above. You will live by the sword and serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you will throw his yoke from your neck." The pain of this moment ignited a burning hatred in Esau's heart. As he left his father's tent, he vowed to kill Jacob once their father passed away. Rebekah, learning of Esau's plan, acted swiftly once more. She instructed Jacob to flee to her brother Laban's house in Haran, telling him, "Stay with him for a while until your brother's fury subsides." Jacob departed, leaving behind his family, his homeland, and the legacy of deception that now defined his relationship with Esau. This pivotal episode in their lives marked the culmination of years of rivalry and mistrust. Esau, betrayed and humiliated, became a man consumed by bitterness, while Jacob, though victorious in securing the blessing, embarked on a journey filled with trials and challenges. The consequences of this deception rippled through their family, leaving wounds that would take decades to heal. Yet, even in this moment of division, the seeds of a future reconciliation were quietly sown, hinting at the possibility of redemption amidst the brokenness. Fan D. Jacob's flight from his home marked the beginning of a long and transformative journey, while Esau remained behind, grappling with the weight of betrayal and loss. Though Esau's fury burned intensely, time and distance began to soften its sharp edges. He poured his energy into building his life, establishing his household, and carving out a place for himself and his descendants. Esau married multiple wives, including Judith and Basemath, Hittite women whose foreign customs caused grief to Isaac and Rebekah. Over time, he also married Mahalath, a daughter of Ishmael, seemingly an attempt to reconnect with his family's lineage and regain some of the honor he had lost. Despite his rocky start, Esau became a powerful figure, the progenitor of the Edomites, a nation that would rise in the rugged terrain of Mount Seir. While Esau's life was marked by physical strength and prosperity, Jacob's path was one of hardship and growth. In exile, Jacob worked for his uncle Laban, enduring deception and toil as he sought to establish a family and amass wealth. Years of separation passed, during which the lives of the two brothers diverged dramatically. Jacob became the father of 12 sons, the forefathers of the tribes of Israel, while Esau's descendants multiplied and thrived in Edom. The years of distance, however, did not erase the tension between them. The memory of the stolen birthright and blessing lingered, an unresolved fracture that loomed over their respective futures. Eventually, God called Jacob to return to the land of Canaan, a command that required him to confront not only his fears, but also the brother he had wronged. As Jacob prepared for the meeting, his anxiety grew. He sent messengers ahead with gifts to appease Esau, hoping to mitigate any lingering anger. When the messengers returned with the news that Esau was coming to meet him with 400 men, Jacob was overcome with dread, interpreting the large company as a sign of impending retribution. The night before the encounter, Jacob wrestled with an angel in a profound, life-changing event. Through this struggle, he received a new name, Israel, symbolizing his transformation and renewed relationship with God. This moment of spiritual triumph gave Jacob the courage to face Esau, though his heart was still heavy with uncertainty. As the two brothers approached one another, Jacob bowed 7 times, a gesture of submission and respect. To his astonishment, Esau ran to meet him, embracing him with tears of joy. The years of separation and the changes in their lives had softened Esau's heart, replacing bitterness with forgiveness. The two men wept together, their reunion a powerful testament to the possibility of healing even the deepest of wounds. Esau's response to Jacob's gifts further reflected his growth and maturity. When Jacob insisted that Esau accept the offerings as a sign of peace, Esau graciously replied, "I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself." Though they reconciled, their paths did not converge. Esau returned to Mount Seir, while Jacob settled in Canaan. The physical distance between them mirrored the distinct destinies of their descendants, yet their reconciliation marked a turning point in their personal story. This moment of grace and forgiveness did not erase the years of pain, but it demonstrated the transformative power of time, growth, and divine intervention. Esau, once consumed by anger, showed that even in the face of betrayal, it is possible to choose reconciliation over revenge. For Jacob, the reunion was a humbling reminder of the cost of his earlier actions and a call to walk in integrity moving forward. Their meeting serves as a powerful reminder that healing is possible, even after years of division, when hearts are open to forgiveness and redemption. The story of Esau and Jacob offers timeless lessons about human nature, choices, and the power of reconciliation. Esau's journey from a man ruled by impulse and anger to one capable of forgiveness and grace reminds us that it is never too late to change our hearts. His willingness to embrace Jacob after years of betrayal and division reflects a strength that goes beyond physical might. It is the strength to let go of bitterness and choose peace. Jacob's transformation, from a cunning deceiver to a man humbled by his struggles and encounters with God, shows the importance of accountability and growth. Together, their story reveals the profound impact of our decisions, not just on our own lives, but on the generations that follow. Powerful reminder that broken relationships can be healed when forgiveness is embraced. It challenges us to reflect on our own lives. Are there wounds we need to mend, grudges we need to release, or relationships we should restore? The legacy we leave is shaped by these choices, and like Esau and Jacob, we have the power to rewrite our stories with grace and humility. If you found this story meaningful, consider how its lessons can apply to your life today. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content, where we explore timeless tales and their relevance in our modern world. Your support helps us continue to share these impactful stories and reflections. Thank you for watching, and may you carry the lessons of Esau and Jacob with you as you navigate your own path.